Hello everybody, back here again for vlog a day, and today is Monday the 28th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, really decent time frame, got up and around, got the dog out, jumped in the hot tub for a little bit. My bride got off to work and all was going smoothly. Had a couple things get accomplished, nothing too major, simple little stuff. Hanging around, got a little bit done here and there, the yard work and just kind of general house maintenance. You know how it goes. It's one of those things you don't realize that just every once in a while I think, man, what I wouldn't give to just be a renter and just let them take care of everything, just like, I don't know. But then I think about how much rent costs and I'm like, hell no, like I am way too cheap for that shit. So definitely, it is what it is. And there's also every once in a while I get those weird moments of like, man, if I saw like a small condo somewhere, like if you just pay the maintenance fee and you don't do nothing, like even if your like toilet plugs up, you can call somebody and they come. Like the freedom that would give just is amazing. But then again, I get super cheap and realize that I was not. I have way too much cheapness of growing up basically poor, which then my family had a poor mindset and instead of a broke mindset, and I definitely don't have that poor mindset, although I still have a hard time spending money on shit that I can do myself. So even if it's stuff I don't like to do, I still just end up doing it, for the most part on my own. So, but yeah, I got a few things done. Had another dog getting dropped off for dog daycare, and usually gets here about 9. It was like 9:30, and I still hadn't heard from him. And I was like, well, I need to kind of figure out what's going on, make sure that they actually are bringing the dog, and two, what's happening. So reached out and asked how they were coming. They go, probably 10 o'clock. I'm like, okay. And then I realized that they had overslept. I don't know if they didn't set an alarm or what, but when she got here, dropped the dog off, she had mentioned how she was, never sleeps that late and whatnot. So that's my guess, is I might have actually woke her up, but I wanted the other dog here, so the dog I have now can have something to play with, but mostly I just had other plans I had to make happen, trying to make it go. So owner dropped the dog off, we chatted a little bit, then she headed out, so the dog's got some playing done, which I always put the new dog up, let the dog that's here up, let the new dog have the backyard, run to themselves, let them go sniff some stuff, make sure they want to pee on anything, and kind of get comfortable again, especially when it's even been here multiple times. It's not as important, but I definitely want to do it. And these two dogs have been together in the past already, so they know each other, so without issue, so there's no problem there. So went ahead, let their dog out, let them get some playing on, chilled out. Everything was good, everything was smooth. Got a few things, just kind of watching them play and doing all that fun stuff. So did get a couple other things accomplished. Went ahead midday, had to take the one dog back. They have it's like a household dog, but they won't put the dog in their car because their car's too nice for a dog apparently. So it is what it is. So their son will bring the dog or pick the dog up, and if not, they pay me to take the dog to them and pick the dog up, bring it back and forth for him, which isn't a problem. But I had to run the dog out there to him, which again wasn't going to be a deal. But I was going to stop at Walmart because there was some stuff I wanted to get. Had to get some sodas for the trip. I'm going to try and get my Mountain Dew bottles on the ship, and I think part of the way it's going to help me get that on is I'm going to buy the 12-pack of the 16.9 ounce bottles that's like pre-wrapped, so it's like a double layer of stuff. They don't think I've opened it up and put booze in, which I'm hoping I can. I snuck some bottles on last time in my cooler, which I also do try and do that as well, and then have the 12-pack of bottles on the little. I have a little 2-wheel cart that I take with me, like a little dolly cart that I wheel stuff in there with. So last time it was the case, 24 cans, and I just really hate the taste of cans. So this trip I'm either going with getting none on, which means I'll drink no Mountain Dew for the next week, which is gonna suck, or I will have my bottles, which is what I'm really hoping I will have. So we'll see. It's a risk I'm taking. I was gonna take a case of like cans down with me, and then if they turn me away at the check-in, I was gonna run back to the parking garage and grab my sodas in the can form and go from there. But I realized I really don't want to fuck with that. So part of me thinks I should stop and at least grab like a 12-pack of cans and then throw them in my suitcase and bring them in. But I don't know if it's worth the hassle. I'll just have to live with that, which means I'll probably be drinking more alcohol. But we've got like $1,200 to spend, so yeah, it is what it is. So got to spend all that money somehow. Might as well buy booze, I guess. Just be more drunk all day instead of drinking soda. But dropped the dog off, hit the Walmart, and they didn't have the 12-pack pre-wrapped. I'm like, shit, that sucks. So headed back home, got back to the house, played with their dog, chilled out with him for a bit. Reached out to the gentleman we bought my wife's convertible from, and he does mechanical work and also rebuilds rent cars and that kind of thing. And he thinks he has the electric train motor that I need to make the top work, which we're not certain what it is, but I think that's what the problem is. And he offered to try and fix it for us because one, he already has the parts, he can then swap in and out, and two, he couldn't recommend us anywhere else to go. And I think he wants to do it for himself also, so he'll know if that is something he can fix himself. He can then buy these cars cheaper because the top don't work, and then he'll be able to fix it, which then makes him a lot more money in the long run. So it's a way for him to learn knowledge without risking anything. So that works out real well. So went ahead and told him, I said, we're gonna head up after work. I reached out to a buddy of mine also and asked him if he would be willing to take me up there tomorrow or pick me up and bring me home tomorrow. And he said he could make it work, and if I needed him to. And it turned out I didn't. My wife agreed to take the car up today after work. So waited for the dog to get picked up. He got picked up, and I went for a run real quick. Texted my wife, said, hey, I just got on my run. Still gonna grab a shower and stuff. So I'm gonna be a little bit after 5, but won't be long after that. So got out of the shower. It was a little after 5, but I got everything ready, grabbed a soda and a cigar, and headed out of the car. Jumped in the Ford and headed up. Texted my wife, said, hey, I'm heading up to the guy's place. Here's the address. You just, as soon as you can, head out. So she headed out. She's a little bit behind me. Ended up stopping part way. Had to use the restroom. So went ahead and stopped there. So she got pretty close to me. She was probably, I don't know, 7 to 8 minutes behind me. So I roll up into the dealership, chat with the guy a little bit, kind of tell him what's happening. He has a 2012 Mercedes convertible there, 2-seater roadster. That it's like a real dark blue, almost black. And had he had that before I bought the Lexus, I probably would have bought that car and not even like brought it home and go, here's your new car. And I asked her, I said, if I'd brought that home to you, would you have been happy with that? And she goes, yeah. She goes, but I like my car better. So that's a good feeling. It was a little more expensive. For the Mercedes, not by much, because it's got less mileage, but it's newer. It's kind of a weird setup, but I think the Mercedes would have been a nicer car overall, but she really likes her Lexus, and that's all that matters. So hopefully he'll be able to get in the key. I'll also tell him the other key we had that he gave us. Unlocks the door in the trunk, but it doesn't start the car. It just cranks over, it doesn't fire. So he's gonna try and reprogram that also for us. And I told him kind of where I was at for parts and stuff, what I needed. Like, here's our, we'll spend up this much without even asking, just buy the parts. And it was more than that, reach out, so we'll be able to hopefully have Wi-Fi on the ship. We'll be able to reach him, and he'll be able to reach us. And then Thursday, he's hoping to work on it Thursday, which will be in Miami, or in Florida Keys, down in Key West. So hopefully we'll have cell signal there anyway. So I don't know how good cell signal is in the Keys, but hopefully we'll have signal. So we'll be able to reach him, he'll be able to get us some answers then, and be able to pick the car up, make it back, and it'll be all 100% good to go. If not, then we gotta take it somewhere else and keep looking for another shop to find some place to rebuild it. But the wife got there, showed him what was happening on the car, talked it all over, and then chatted a little bit, looked at a couple other cars he got, and just shot the shit with him for a little bit, and then basically hung out there for a little while. Finally headed back, and we got in the car, headed back home. So how are you guys doing today? Better than I deserve. So from there, on the way home, there's a Walmart just right off the interstate in Ormond Beach that I told my wife I wanted to stop into and try to see they had the soda wrapped up in a plastic like I wanted. And she said she wanted to look for some shorts as well. So I was like, cool, I'll drop you at the door because it'll probably take you longer looking for shorts than it will me looking for soda. And we'll be able to get in and out pretty quickly. So I headed in, dropped her off, parked the car, headed in real quick, grabbed myself some soda, ended up heading back out, and she said she was heading towards checkout herself. Didn't find any shorts she wanted, but she found some puppy slippers. They're like house slippers with like little puppies upside down, like you're stepping on their bellies. And she got dog pajamas for this trip for pajama night, so should be interesting. So she'll have some dog slippers to go with her dog pajamas, so should be fun. But yeah, we got back home, talked about eating on the way. She couldn't think of any place she wanted to eat, and we were kind of just discussing it of what we're gonna eat here on the at home, and she didn't see nothing that she couldn't live without, so we waited till we got back home. I had the Sloppy Joe meat all browned up already, so I went ahead and just heated it up in the pan with the sauce, got that wrapped up, and then had dinner, watched a little bit of Young Sheldon, then I headed back out to enjoy myself with a cigar in the evening, and wrapped it up from there. She was doing a little bit of some more laundry and getting things ready from there. She has to make some food up for her father. Tomorrow night she's gonna do as well. So, but yeah, it was kind of nice. I told him, I made fun of my wife, like, go home, like, there's no dogs in the house. Like, it happens so rarely, but this year it's happened a little more than it ever has before. So it's kind of a fun little thing. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what we had there. I wrapped it up outside, headed in, watched a little bit of TV with her. She watched an episode of Frasier with me. I had some candy corn as my snack and called it a night. So that's all we got for right now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I did also let my buddy know I didn't need him tomorrow, so he's off the hook. So that was a good thing. So talk to you soon.